Hi, my name is Yvon Alexandre. I am the owner of ACA Foods at 3155 Main Street in Hartford. How you doing, Layla?
Good.
Good to see you.
Thank you for being an independent entrepreneur who is celebrating Black History Month with us. Tell us about your business.
Okay, well, thank you for the question, Layla. Um, I have a couple businesses right here in the north end of Hartford, and we provide a number of services. The first business is a grocery store and a food distribution operation. It's called ACA Foods. ACA Foods sell all type of Caribbean type foods. So we import all kind of foods from the Caribbean islands, from Jamaica, Trinidad, Haiti, Barbados, and then we sell that in the community. As you know, Hartford has a large West Indian population. We also sell all general type of foods. We have a large community here. We're located on Main Street, so all the people that live around here do come to the store to buy their groceries. That's one of the business. The other business we have is called Vibes Uptown, which is a banquet facility and a restaurant. And we have that facility available for people who want to do weddings, baby showers, all type of events, meetings. So we have that facility available for people to rent.
Who did you learn this skill from?
Oh, where do you learn the skill? Well, if you're an entrepreneur, that means that you have something in you that you want to start your own business. Most of the skills that I learned basically from school, just like you. I went to school from grade school to high school, and then I went to college. I went to the University of Connecticut, UConn, and I studied business administration. And then after that, I went to the University of New Haven, and I got my master's degree also in business administration, international business. So most of the skills you're going to learn from school, but you got to have it in you that you want to do your own business to be successful. And it takes a lot of hard work. I'm sure you know you work hard at school, right?
Yeah.
That's good. And you got to make sure you continue doing well if you really want to achieve the things that you want to do.
How early in your life did you start using the skill?
How early did I start? Well, I started working very early. When I was about your age, I had a paper route. Back then, we used to deliver papers. We had what was called a Hartford Current and a Hartford Times, and I used to deliver paper to make money. And then when I was in high school, I had a part-time job, and that's how you earn money to buy the things that you want. But I think that, once I got out of college, I knew that I wanted to be in business. Even though I went to work for some larger corporations in the beginning, I knew I wanted to start my own business. So I think you kind of know early on what you want to do. I'm sure you have some interest, right?
Yeah.
But what do you want to do with yourself?
I want to take care of my family.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's at least you have goals, and you know that you got to work towards those goals.
Do you remember if you started charging for what you offered?
Once you get a job, that means you're charging for your services. So if you get a job, even the early jobs that I had when I was real young, I had to get paid. So you're basically charging for that service. When I started my business, now you have to figure out how much you're going to charge for what you're selling in order to make enough money to pay all your bills. So you kind of have to balance what you're charging versus what people are willing to pay. So that's where you have to kind of balance between what everything costs you, because you have to buy all those things in order to resell them. So you have to kind of budget. So I hope that you're studying math in school, because you're going to need math when you really go on in life, because that's going to be very important. Are you good at math?
Yeah.
Okay, good. then you're going to do well.
Are you a solo business owner or do you have workers?
I do have workers, um, but I'm my own boss. So I don't work for anybody else, but I do have workers. I have, in the grocery store side, I have 6 employees. I have cashiers. I have people who cut the meat. I have people who fix the produce. I do most of the other things like the accounting, the buying, paying the bills. I do most of that. And then on the other side of the business at Vibes Uptown, I have bartenders, I have waitresses, I have chefs. So yes, I do have a lot of employees, and I have to balance what the employees do. That means you have to give them the duties, what they have to do, and then you got to make sure that they do it. Okay, am I professionally trained to operate my business? Yes, I am. Because I went to school for that. I went to school to be a business person. You know, I have a bachelor's degree from the University of Connecticut, UConn, in business administration. And then I also furthered on and went on to get my master's degree in business. So I guess the education that I received kind of trained me to be a business person, to do what I'm currently doing. But a lot of it you learn as you do it. So even though you might have all this education, that doesn't mean you're going to be successful at it. You have to learn as you do what you're going to be doing.
What additional plans do you have for your business?
That's a good question. Because once you have a business, you always have to figure out how could you make that business better? You know, how can you expand? You know, if you have one store, is it worthwhile to try to have 2 stores or 3 stores? Or do you want to concentrate on what you have and try to make it the best store that you have? I do have plans. I like to expand because I like being able to do more in the community. I like being able to offer more jobs to people who need the jobs, pay them better if I can. So yes, you know, there are plans to expand, but you have to balance that with what you could afford to do.
How do you keep your customers returning?
Well, there's a thing that you learn, it's called customer service. Okay, customer service is our #1 priority. That means that's the first thing, you know, and I tell my employees, the customer comes first because the customer is the one that's actually the boss. Because if you don't take care of your customers, then as you said, they're not going to come back. And if they don't come back, then you don't have a business. So customer service, that means that you make sure that you listen to your customers and you provide them with the products that they want or they need. And you give it to them at a good price. Now, over here, what we do, if a customer buys something from me and they're not happy with it, they could just bring it back. Okay? I've had customers who have bought some items from me. They went home and they cooked it and they didn't like how it tastes and they bought it back. Now, that's pretty good customer service.
Is there any more information that you wish to share?
There's so much that I would like to share, but all I could do is try to give you some advice as far as how to make sure that you achieve your goals. And one of the first things you have to do is that you have to be willing to work hard. And you have to be willing to sacrifice. That means that you're going to have to do things that you don't necessarily want to do all the time. You know, you may want to decide that, oh, you want to go to a concert, go see, you know, whatever particular artist that might be at the Excel Center. But you know that if you go, you're not going to have time to finish your homework. Or you might want to hang out with your friends. Or you might want to be able to, you might want to, you know, go listen to music or whatever and not spend the time that you need to do the work that you know that you have to do. So my advice to you is that start writing down the things that are important to you. and write down the things that you want to do with your life. You sound like you want to make sure that you're able to take care of your family, which is great. You want to be able to work, make money, be able to provide the things that they need. So that means that you have to kind of set your goals to make sure that you could achieve that. Number one is you have to do good in school. You got to be able to, get a real good education, because they're not going to be able to get a real good job unless you have a good education. So you have to make sure that you continue to do what you have to do to further that goal. So, you look like a very bright young lady, so I know that you could do it, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.